5 Kages. I've beaten every one of them. Tomorrow they meet to decide what to do about me.
That night, the 5 Kages gathered in secret. Their shame was absolute.
We cannot let anyone know. If the world learns that a single boy defeated all 5 of us, our authority is finished.
But what choice do we have? The boy is protected by the ancient oath. We cannot harm him.
Protect him! He humiliated us. We should lock him away forever.
The oath binds us. We are sworn to guard his bloodline, even at cost of our own lives.
And if the daimyo learn, our enemies will strike. We must control the narrative.
But one man already knew. Lord Takeda received a scroll that changed everything.
So, the Kages were beaten by a boy. This is my chance. I will expose them at the summit. They will kneel, and their nations will fall.
Kazu walked the empty village road, but peace was a lie. Shadows stirred at his back.
The air is too still. Someone's been waiting for me.
3 assassins dropped from the rooftops, their blades catching the last light.
Shouldn't a real threat send more than 3?
A blue shockwave exploded from Kazu's body, and the assassins were hurled into the walls like broken dolls.
Tell your master, I am not the secret he can bury.
In the Kage stronghold, a scout collapsed before the council, his message sending ice through the room.
Takeda dared to send assassins. He's forcing the oath into the open.
If Takeda has witnesses, the summit will become a massacre of our reputation.
Then we guard the boy with our own lives. Let the daimyo see what our oath demands.
Days later, the great hall of daimyo filled with lords. Takeda took the floor, his voice dripping with venom.
Respected daimyo, I bring troubling news. The Kages, our protectors, have been defeated by a mere boy. Their failure threatens us all. I demand a summit to investigate their weakness and decide their future.
You speak lies without proof, Takeda. Our strength is not broken.
Then prove it. Attend the summit and let the truth be judged, unless you fear exposure.
We will attend. The Kages have nothing to hide.
The daimyo murmured. The political trap sprung. The Kages had no choice but to commit.
He cornered us publicly. Now we must protect the boy at all costs.
Back in their chamber, the Kages sent a secret message to Kazu. Come to the summit disguised.
So they need me in the shadows. Fine. I'll play their game. For now.
Kazu arrived at the summit hidden in plain sight, a plain servant among many, his headband concealed beneath a cloth.
Takeda looks like a snake who already swallowed the canary. What's his play?
Esteemed lords, I have a witness. A farmer who saw the Kages fall to a mere child.
An old farmer was shoved into the hall, trembling under the weight of 100 stares.
Speak, old man. Tell these lords what you witnessed.
I saw it. A boy, no older than 15. Dark cloak, scratched metal band on his head. His eyes glowed blue and he moved like lightning. The Kage fell before him.
A convenient fable from a bribed peasant. Where is this boy now? Produce him, or admit your slander.
I don't need to produce him. I have the description. Search every servant, every guard. Find the one who matches.
He's fishing. If he searches, he'll find me. But running now would confess everything.
The Kages knew the trap was closing, but their oath left them no retreat. The summit had only just begun. After the summit session, Kaito stepped into the corridor, unaware of the shadow trailing him. A blade flashed from the darkness, aimed at the heart of Kazu's only friend.
Takeda's testing me. If I don't act, Kaito dies.
A tiny pulse of blue chakra deflected. The assassin's strike, so fast, it was almost invisible.
What just happened? I felt a strange wind.
Keep walking and say nothing. The danger has passed.
From a balcony above, Lord Takeda's eyes narrowed. The blue flash had not escaped him.
So the boy is here, hiding among the servants. A challenge, then. I will force him into the light. Esteemed lords, let us test the Kage's claims. I announce a tournament. Any servant may enter to prove their worth.
A tournament. He wants me to expose myself in combat. Fine, I'll play his game and win.
The tournament arena buzzed with excitement as a masked fighter stepped forward, his simple hood and cloth hiding all but his eyes.
Every eye is on me, but only Takeda's truly sees. He's waiting for the slip.
The first opponent attacked, but Kazu moved like water, his speed almost unnatural.
Too fast. The adrenaline is pulling my chakra. I have to throttle it back.
There it is, that blue glimmer. The servant is the boy. I knew it.
In the Kage's box, Lady Hikari's hand tightened on her fan. The secret was one wrong move from shattering.
He's losing control. We must stop the match before Takeda calls it out.
But Kazu ended the bout with a final, controlled strike. The arena fell silent, then erupted.
I silenced it just in time. But Takeda's smile says I only delayed the accusation.
Lord Takeda was already summoning his guards, his trap snapping shut. The next move would be bloody. Before the crowd could celebrate, Takeda descended into the arena, his guards surrounding the masked victor.
I have proof this servant is the boy who defeated the Kages. Remove that mask.
Draws nearer. If I resist, I confirm his accusation. If I obey, I am exposed.
Hold, that fighter is our secret weapon, trained by us. You insult the Kage with your baseless accusations.
Then show his face. If he is yours, you have nothing to hide. Guards, seize him.
Lay a hand on him, and this summit will drown in lightning. We will not be humiliated.
The Kages drew their weapons, a united wall of defiance before the stunned daimyo.
Go, we'll hold them off. Find the sanctuary.
Kazu vanished in a blur, the Kages covering his escape as chaos erupted in the hall.
They threw away their reputations for me. The truth of the oath runs deeper than shame.
The hidden sanctuary welcomed them with cold stone and the scent of ancient dust. Lord Takeshi collapsed at the entrance, a deep wound in his side, staining the earth crimson.
He took that blade from me. If he dies, their sacrifice will have been for nothing.
Lay him here. His life is not yet forfeit.
The ancient elder Tsuchi emerged from the shadows, his hands glowing with a gentle, healing light.
The wound is deep, but his will is strong. You carry a heavy weight, boy.
He's hurting because of me. All of them are. What is this oath that binds them so completely?
That answer is not mine to give yet. Rest. We will speak when the earth is still.
While Takeshi lay unconscious, Kazu watched over him, the flickering torchlight carving shadows into his face.
This sanctuary holds secrets older than the Kages. I need to learn them before Takeda finds us.
Tsuji beckoned Kazu deeper into the sanctuary, where an ancient scroll lay unrolled on a stone pedestal.
This scroll tells the truth your family lost. Your ancestor was not just any shinobi. He was the pre-village sage. He trained the first 5 Kage. Without his bloodline, the villages would never have risen. The oath was sworn to protect his descendants.
The first Kages were his students. My blood created the system I broke.
When you defeated them, you proved the strength of his legacy. Not one of them could truly harm you, bound by blood.
All this time, I thought they protected me out of shame. But it's their oldest law.
You are the last heir, Kazu. The Kage system exists by your bloodline's grace. Without you, the oath becomes meaningless.
Kazu stared at the scroll, the weight of 1,000 years pressing down on his shoulders.
If I am the last, then the fate of every Kage rests on what I choose next.
Takeda's war means nothing next to this truth. But you must decide. Will you claim your legacy, or let it die?
Claim it? I only wanted to prove myself. Now the entire world's balance rests on my answer.
The rumble of distant marching echoed through the stone, and a scout stumbled into the chamber, breathless.
Takeda's army marches on the mountain. They will be at our gates by nightfall.
No time to think. If I don't choose, they'll die protecting a ghost.
Lady Hikari and the other Kages joined them, their weapons drawn despite their wounds.
We will hold the pass. Buy you time. You must decide your path, Kazu.
Still, they bleed for me. This isn't about my pride anymore. It's about their faith.
The sage's heir does not run, but he also does not fight for revenge. What will you fight for, boy?
Kazu did not answer. Instead, he stepped toward the sanctuary's mouth, where the first torches of Takeda's army flickered in the dark. The Kages took their positions, a final wall of flesh and chakra. The sanctuary would not fall without a fight. Takeda's forces crashed against the Kages like a black tide. Lightning, fire, and earth exploded across the mountain pass.
Hold the line. He must have more time.
But the numbers were overwhelming. A dozen spears struck at once, and Lady Hikari was dragged from the fray. Lord Takeda emerged from the ranks, a blade pressed to Hikari's throat. The battlefield fell silent.
Surrender. Boy, come out and kneel, or the Fire Kage dies here.
One wrong word and she dies. Surrender means I lose everything, and they die anyway when Takeda consolidates power. I will not surrender, but I will face you at the summit, before all the daimyo, a duel to settle this.
A duel? A fitting end for the secret weapon. Accept, and she lives. Refuse, and I end her now.
Don't trust him. He'll use the summit to...
He'll rig the summit, but it's her only chance. I'll play his game one last time.
Under heavy guard, Kazu and the Kages traveled to the summit. Takeda rode ahead, his victory already proclaimed.
This summit will end it. No more masks, no more secrets. I'll show them the truth.
Kazu, are you certain? The daimyo have always feared what they don't understand.
They will understand when the seal lights. They'll have no choice.
The summit hall was packed, every daimyo eager to witness the downfall of the Kages.
Welcome, lords. I present the traitorous Kages and their pet monster. Let justice be done.
He means to bury the truth with this spectacle. But I still believe in you, Kazu.
She's still standing. For her sacrifice, I have to make this right.
Step forward, boy. Face your judgment. This is where legends die.
The fate of the 5 nations hung in the balance. The last sage heir was about to speak.
I am the boy who defeated the 5 Kages, not as an enemy, but to prove a truth hidden for centuries.
Confessing treachery only quickens your death. But speak your truth, boy.
I am the last heir of the pre-village sage. The first Kages were his students, sworn by blood to serve his lineage.
A child's fable. You expect these lords to believe such a fairy tale?
Kazu raised his hand. A brilliant blue seal ignited on his palm, ancient symbols spiraling into the air.
A trick. Sorcery from the traitor Kages to crown a false king.
That seal is older than our nations. It is the mark of the oath that binds every Kage.
The daimyo stared. The seal's ancient light was unmistakable.
I claim no authority. The Kages are free. I only ask for the peace your ancestors swore to uphold.
Guards, seize him. This changes nothing.
I, Hikari, Fire Kage, acknowledge the bloodline of the pre-village sage.
Earth Kage Takeshi kneels to the air, as my ancestors swore.
One by one, every Kage knelt. The oath of 1,000 years fulfilled, not in chains, but in choice. The daimyo stared, gasping, the very Kages bowing to a boy. Impossible, yet undeniable.
No, this is treason. You are all mad. I will not be undone by a child.
Lord Takeda turned to flee, but the summit guards blocked his path. His reign of lies had collapsed. He was dragged from the hall, his shouts swallowed by the silence of his accusers.
They've accepted me. But now comes the true test. what I do with his power.
The summit fell silent, every lord waiting for the heir's first command. The world's balance was in his hands.
I did not come to rule. I came to end the blood oath that has bound us all. The blood oath is dissolved. Each village will stand on its own strength, not bound by ancient chains. I ask only that you honor the peace your ancestors bled for. That is all.
The hall was silent. Then a rustle. Every daimyo in the room bowed their heads.
He gave up absolute power. The sage's blood lives on, not as a master, but as a guardian.
Takeda's exile was formalized. The war was over before it began.
This is what the legacy should mean. Not control, but choice.
The summit ended not with triumph, but with a promise, a fragile, hopeful thing.
What now, sage heir? The world has shifted beneath us.
Now we go home, and we live.
Peace would need to be earned, day by day. But tonight, for the first time in centuries, the 5 nations breathed freely. The summit hall had emptied, but outside on a starlit veranda, the 5 Kages gathered with Kazu one last time.
We owe you an apology, Kazu. We kept the truth hidden, and our silence nearly cost us everything.
I was the loudest in my anger, but you didn't break under it. You rose above.
All our power, and a 15-year-old boy taught us what honor really means.
I thought the oath was a curse, but you made it a gift.
You gave us back our dignity. We won't forget that.
I didn't do it for thanks. I just wanted the cycle to end. No more chains.
Then we will ensure your wish. Peace will be our new oath.
They bowed low, not as vassals, but as equals. The ancient blood pact shimmered one last time and dissolved into the night. As the cages departed, the weight of 1,000 years lifted with the dawn. A new story was beginning. Kazu walked the familiar road home, the weight of the summit still lingering in his chest. When the first villager saw him, she stopped. Then she bowed. Not out of fear, but out of reverence.
They're not afraid anymore. They're grateful.
Kazu, you are back. They're saying you changed the whole world.
I just kept a promise, Kaito. A very old one.
More villagers gathered, not swarming, but quietly forming a path. Men and women who once whispered in fear, now bowed in thanks.
This is what it was all for. Not power, not recognition. Just peace.
So, what's next? Are you the new Kage now? Do we get a parade?
Number. I am just going to live. And make sure everyone else can too.
The village, for the first time, was not just a hidden refuge. It was a home. As night fell, Kazu left the village and climbed the hill where he used to train alone. The stars emerged, one by one, and the silence was no longer heavy.
I used to sit here wondering if I'd ever be more than a secret. Now the whole world knows. I beat them all before I was 16. But winning was never enough. The Kages, they're free now, not bound by blood, but by choice. That's what the sage wanted.
He thought of the ancient elder Tsuchi, the scroll, and the first Kages kneeling to his ancestor.
I am the last, but the legacy isn't about blood. It's about the peace we build.
A gentle breeze stirred the grass, and for the first time, Kazu felt the weight of 1,000 years lift completely.
Tomorrow, I'll just be Kazu. That's enough.
The stars burned on, witnesses to the end of an age and the quiet birth of another. In the fire village, Lady Hikari addressed her council for the first time since the summit.
Our oath to the sage has been dissolved, but our duty to peace remains.
The elders bowed, and a new dedication was inscribed on the village monument, Strength Through Peace. In the Wind Village, Lord Kage stood atop the highest spire, watching the endless horizon.
No more ancient chains, just the wind and the future.
He felt the breeze, a freedom that had been absent for 1,000 years. Across the 5 nations, the Kages were no longer bound by blood, but by a shared promise. Lord Takeshi oversaw the rebuilding of the Earth Village walls, not for war, but for community. Mizu's waters flowed with renewed clarity, and Raijin's storms brought only gentle rains. The world was not perfect, but for the first time in memory, it was moving forward together. That night, the village held a festival of peace. Lanterns danced and laughter filled the air.
All of it led here. The battles, the secrets, the summit. This is what peace looks like.
Kazu, come join the dance. You've earned it.
Go ahead, Kaito. I want to watch for just a moment longer.
The boy who had defeated 5 Kage stood at the edge of the light, content to simply be. As the night deepened, he slipped away, walking the familiar road under a canopy of stars.
I don't know what comes next, but for the first time, that's not a threat. It's a promise.
Behind him, the first rays of dawn touched the horizon. Ahead, a world reborn. He was the boy who beat all 5 Kage before turning 16. And his legacy was only beginning. The screen fades to black as the title appears. Everyone fears one Kage, but he defeated all 5 before turning 16. Weeks passed, and the fragile peace held. Kazu could often be found on the hilltop, no longer training to fight, but simply to breathe.
The world spins on, and somehow it didn't need a sage to rule it. Just a little push toward the light.
In the village, new houses rose, and the old whispers of fear were replaced by the laughter of children playing in the streets.
Kazu, there you are. I was looking for you.
Just watching the clouds. What's the hurry?
Don't you miss the action? The Kages are all back to politics, and here you are, like a retired old man.
I've had enough action for one lifetime. Let them lead. I've got a whole life to live.
And so, the days turned easy. Sunrises meant a new chance. Sunsets, a grateful sigh. The boy who had held the fate of nations in his hands finally let it rest, not as a forgotten hero, but as a quiet guardian of the peace he helped build. He had defeated all 5 Kages before turning 16, but his greatest victory was simply learning to live. A quiet morning found Kazu on the village outskirts. The headband his father gave him no longer hidden, but worn openly.
I wear it not as a secret, but as a reminder. The sage's blood gave me power, but it was the choices that gave it meaning.
Taking another walk? You'll wear a path into the hill at this rate.
Maybe that's the point. A path for others to follow, if they want.
You are still full of riddles. Come on, I need help fixing the roof.
And so the day unfolded in small, ordinary tasks. The kind that used to feel like a waste of time, but now felt like a gift.
I am not a Kage. I am not a sage. I am just a boy who fought for a tomorrow, and then got to live in it.
The wind carried the scent of new wood and fresh water. The world was still healing, and so was he. And as the stars emerged once more, the boy who had changed everything simply watched at peace. His legacy was not power, but peace, and that was enough.